Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tombstone Tourist. Last week, I visited the final resting place of bass singer J.D. Sumner, who is entombed here in the Cross Mausoleum at Woodlawn Memorial Park. This week, I've climbed the spiral staircase and made my way to the West Hall, here on the third floor. There are a number of country music personalities resting in this hallway, all within just a few steps of one another. People like Jerry Reed, Tammy Wynette, Jim Ed Brown, and little Jimmy Dickens. And we'll visit all of them in future videos. Today, we're going to begin our visit down this star-studded hallway by visiting the final resting place of Grand Ole Opry star Ernie Ashworth and husband and wife songwriting duo Felice and Boudleaux Bryant. I'm going to begin here at the crypt of Ernie Ashworth, who was born on December 15, 1928, in Huntsville, Alabama. Ernie grew up in Huntsville, where he began his singing career by performing on local radio stations. In 1950, he moved to Nashville and went to work as a songwriter for the Acuff Rose Music Company. During his time with Acuff Rose, he enjoyed a greater success as a songwriter than he did a singer. From 1950 to 1955, artists like Johnny Horton, Little Jimmy Dickens, and Paul Anka all recorded songs written by Ernie Ashworth. But Ernie left Acuff Rose and returned to Huntsville and took a job at the Redstone Arsenal. His music career took a back seat to his full-time job at the Arsenal, but a few years later, Acuff Rose introduced Ernie to Decca Records. At Decca, Ernie wrote and recorded his first top 5 hit, Each Moment I Spend With You. A few months later, Ernie had another top 10 hit with You Can't Pick a Rose in December. In 1962, Ernie moved from Decca to Hickory Records, which was owned by Acuff Rose. His first 2 recordings for the Hickory label were Everybody But Me and I'll Take a Chance. Both became top 10 hits. But it was his 3rd recording for the Hickory label that became his most popular hit and turned out to be his signature song. Talk Back Trembling Lips became Ernie's only #1 hit and remained on the country charts for 42 consecutive weeks. On the strength of Talk Back Trembling Lips, Ernie was named country music's most promising male artist and joined the Grand Ole Opry in 1964. After joining the Opry, Ernie charted several more hits, including The DJ Cried and I Love to Dance with Annie. But nothing ever matched the popularity of Talk Back Trembling Lips. Ernie also owned a couple of radio stations in Alabama and Tennessee, and in later years he devoted his time to managing those stations while continuing as a regular member of the Grand Ole Opry. Ernie Ashworth passed away in Nashville at the age of 80 on March 2, 2009, following heart bypass surgery. Resting in the crypt next to Ernie Ashworth is the songwriting duo of Felice and Boudleaux Bryant. The couple met in 1945 when Boudleaux was performing in Felice's hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Talk about love at first sight. The couple was married just 5 days after that first meeting. During their first year of marriage, the couple struggled. They lived in a mobile home where they wrote more than 80 songs. Their compositions were ignored and rejected by the record companies and the artists until little Jimmy Dickens recorded one of their songs called Country Boy, which went to #7 on the country charts. Country Boy was the break the couple needed. They were soon signed by Acuff Rose, and where songs like Sugar Beat and Midnight allowed them to move to Nashville, where they worked as full-time songwriters. By 1957, the couple were well-known songwriters in country music. They went on to enjoy national recognition when artists like the Everly Brothers, Roy Orbison, and Buddy Holly recorded their songs. Over the years, a who's who of artists from all types of music recorded songs written by Felice and Boudleaux Bryant. People like Sonny James, Jim Reeves, Charlie Pride, along with Ray Charles, the Grateful Dead, Joan Jett, and Bob Dylan. In 1967, the couple was performing and living in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. While in Gatlinburg, they were also working on a collection of slow-tempo songs for Archie Campbell and Chet Atkins. One night, just for the fun of it, they decided to try to come up with an up-tempo, fast-paced composition. It took them only 10 minutes to come up with their most famous song, and a few weeks later, Bobby and Sonny, the Osborne brothers, recorded Rocky Top. Since that first recording by the Osborne brothers in 1967, Rocky Top has been recorded thousands of times by such stars as Buck Owens, John Denver, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and Boots Randolph, just to name a few. While Rocky Top is not the official fight song of the University of Tennessee Volunteers, it might as well be. You can't go to a Tennessee sporting event without hearing good old Rocky Top. And in case you didn't know, Rocky Top was officially adopted as the state song of Tennessee in 1982. It is believed during their career that Felice and Boudleaux Bryant wrote more than 6,000 songs, of which 1,500 were recorded. In 1972, they were inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame, and in 1991, they were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Boudleaux passed away at the age of 67 on June 25th, 1987. Following his death, Felice remained active as a songwriter until her death at the age of 77 on April 22nd, 2003. Well, this is where I'm going to end this video. Next week, I'm going to continue my visit to the Cross Mausoleum and visit another of the notable personalities that are resting here on the 3rd floor. I hope you'll stick around for that, and if you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button, and while you're at it, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Now, until next week, please remember, life is a wonderful journey. Be sure to take time and enjoy it. And I'll see you down the road. So long, everybody.